Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I'm your host, Joe Zolo, back for another week. Week 3 of the NFL season. Week 2, what a week. We actually had, I would say, almost across the board, some pretty fun games to watch. A couple blowouts here and there. But I would say overall, some pretty fun games to watch and plenty of fun games for your fantasy football lineups. If you started the Bears defense, so did I. They gave me a negative 11 points. So that was a real fun thing to do, right, guys? We're never going to do that again. They have been dropped. But week 3 of the NFL season, again, this is still sort of the figuring it out period for a lot of these teams, a lot of guys that did not play strongly in the preseason. So this is kind of their warm-up. So hopefully week 3, week 4, we start learning more and more about these teams. Let's get into it. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. The three Amigops.
Yes.
Amigops.
I think that's a SpongeBob quote.
Okay.
I think it's a SpongeBob quote. It's from something. I know it's from something. I did not make that up.
Josh, did you just say SpongeBob is before your time?
Well, whatever. I don't know.
We are the
same. I'm trying to do the tweet as well, and I'm just like,
I'm pretty sure SpongeBob started in 99 or 98, so it is not before your time.
No.
Yeah.
So
it's not. See, I grew up on like Rugrats.
I was just gonna say.
So.
To the surprise of many people on the show,
not.
Josh. To the surprise of many people on the show, Josh and I are the same age. The one of us looks ancient.
I'm not the same.
You have a kid, and I don't have as much stress.
I'm 27.
Actually, I take that back. You're a stay-at-home dad. You have no stress. So
until August, and then football guys kicks my ass.
Shout out Ryan for being one of the best in the pick'ems on football. I see the graphic
buddy.
Comes up. Yeah. Look at this guy. Yeah, he's not stupid at everything. Yeah. Am I missing? Who is this? Am I missing? Who is this person? Am I missing this?
Well, they're clearly not a fan of the way Gator pronounces Egbuka.
Yes.
Isn't it Ibuka? That's what they keep saying.
They make it like the G doesn't exist. I still say Egbuka, but the Gator was going a whole nother direction with it. I want to quickly just say we're about 1 year on the beard, by the way, GITG.
Great. I've been told that the G is not pronounced, so it's Ibuka. So that's what I've been told.
I noticed that on all the broadcasts too. So you're probably absolutely right. So Egbuka. Yep. Okay.
Yep. So that's what I've been told. So yeah. I did say Egbuka when it started, but yeah, I believe the G is silent,
that's not the route Gator went with it. All of that.
Oh god, he was like combining a Mecca with Ibuka, and it was the whole
Mecca-buka.
Oh, yeah, it was like Egg BK or something like that.
It was just like Egg BK.
He's a Star Wars character. Like that's what his parents named him after. All right. First things first, because I have things that are highlighted on the show sheet, and I have to say those things. So. Like and subscribe if you're on the tube. If you're not on the tube, if you're on the pull or the iffy or any other podcast platform, you can hit the follow button. You don't like my abbreviations? No? Okay.
I wasn't ready for if you're on the pull.
On the pull or the iffy. How else am I going to shorten Apple?
That's fair.
Right? If you're on the pull or the iffy, also known as Apple and Spotify, formerly government names, hit the follow button. And then Super Chat also available as questions. Pile up. If you want to jump the line, that's how you can. And then I've been told not to read this because Josh doesn't like me, so I'm going to throw it to him for the Trophy Smack read. And we're just going to get the blandest read of all time. But here we go. Hit him with it.
The fantasy football season is here, and Trophy Smack is where you want to get all of your rewards. They have trophy rings and championship belts, all designed to tell your league mates who the real champion is. And don't give love to your commissioner for the thankless jobs that they have. So hit the link in the description of this podcast and check out some of the swag that you can get for yourself as well as your commish. But just remind them who the second most important person in the league is behind yourself. All of it available at trophysmack.com/club fantasy.
So I tried to hype you up in the beginning to make it a little more oomph.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hype, man.
I try. I mean, that's my job, literally. And hop on the Discord as well. Link in the description. But if you want to get more day-to-day fantasy football talk. All right. Some quick news and notes before we get into some questions and then dive into upside downside, smash plays, game of the week, all the fun stuff. News and notes, quarterback injuries, everybody. That's it. Yeah, we'll dive into it. Joe Burrow, turf toe, IR. See ya. Jake Browning, now in the game. JJ McCarthy, high ankle sprain. See ya. Carson Wentz, in line to start. Just what everyone had on their week 3 bingo card. Jake Browning against Carson Wentz. Get excited.
Someone Justin said Fields. Flex that game to 3 a.m.
Yep. Justin Fields ruled out for week 3. So Justin Fields, very, very light, will start for the Jets, a.k.a. Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Barring any medical malpractice, he will start against the Bucs. Jaden Daniels knee sprain likely out for week 3, which puts Marcus Mariota in line to start. What year is it? And Brock Purdy, originally out 2 to 5 weeks. Mac Jones in line for another start.
I believe it came out today that Purdy is limited in practice.
Yeah,
sure.
So maybe there's a chance that he ends up playing this week.
They don't need him this week. They're
all I'm hearing is that Brock Purdy's tougher than Joe Burrow. That's all I'm hearing.
Oh.
I mean, really, like if one timeline is 2 to 5 and the other one is 3 months, it kind of feels like Burrow just lost a toe at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
I'm guessing it's the difference between a strain and a tear. I'm guessing Burrow's tore. So.
Here's what I believe in, is what I'm going to live in. I believe in the Batty effect. Now, are you guys familiar with the Batty effect? No, because you're both over 40, so you have no idea what that even means.
I did marry a baddie, so I'm probably
okay. So you get it.
Probably living the baddie effect.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. So the baddie effect.
Tell me how great I am, Joe.
I won't be doing that. The baddie effect is when you start dating or you start, in a relationship with a baddie, and it elevates your game. Ryan, I can't say that.
You should have saw me at 16. I was going nowhere.
Where did you go now?
On a stream with us dummies.
Married to Miss Ohio and a stay-at-home dad. Baddie effect.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So anyways, Josh Allen marries Haley Steinfeld. Baddie effect. Justin Herbert.
Baddie effect.
Madison Beer. Baddie effect. We need to get Joe Burrow a baddie, and he's fine. He's good. He's chilling.
Paul Skeens.
Why do you think the Chiefs are 0-2? I'm just saying. No, that's whatever it is. But I find that funny because it is true. I mean, everyone's like, Justin Herbert's over the hump. How does that happen?
Madison Beer,
apparently. Aaron Jones is placed on IR. He's out a minimum of 4 games. Jordan Mason will now become the workhorse there. He was RB10 from weeks 1 through 7 while filling in for Christian McCaffrey last year. And they already didn't seem hesitant to actually running him even with Aaron Jones in the lineup. So this should only mean better things, especially now that the backup quarterback is in. But who knows? Apparently washed up old first round quarterbacks apparently do well in Minnesota. So we'll see what happens. All right. Quick questions in here. Thanks, Caesar. We appreciate you. Best show. Marcus over on Twitch. Starting JSN, Drake London, Harold Fannin. Shout out. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Jacoby Meyer, Deebo Samuel, and his bench is Billy, Tet, Tootin, QJ, Franklin, and also should I trade Tet for a running back?
You're not desperate at running back. You got 3 starters and Tootin I like a lot. I'm probably not in a big rush to move Tet, but I will say, and you guys can talk me out of this, do we love Myers over QJ and Tet this week?
I like Tet.
I'm not sitting QJ until Justin Herbert stops throwing him the football.
I will. He's playing against Pat Surtain.
I was going to say it is a tough
But is QJ going to be the one that draws the number 1 coverage?
Yes, because he's the guy that goes deep. It's not going to be Keenan Allen. It's not going to be Ladd McConkey. They're both running out of the slot.
Yeah,
it's not going to be either of them. It's going to be Quentin Johnston, who can only beat coverage when it's the 5th guy covering him.
Jacoby hasn't been bad. Jacoby hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been great. Not that Tet has. I just feel like there's a higher ceiling on Tet.
I like Ted a lot
I guess
more.
this is what I would prefer to do instead of trading McMillan. Why not try to trade high on Debo? Because once Terry McLaurin gets up to speed,
Wheels are likely to
I
fall
feel
off.
like I feel like Debo's role is going to diminish quite a bit, and we see these streaks from Debo all the time where he starts hot and then he'll completely cool off because defenses realize that he's just a gimmick. And granted, I do feel like they're probably going to continue to use him in the running game after losing Austin Eckler. But I think from a receiving perspective, like he basically is he's back to that gimmick role that consistently leads to him getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, he scored a touchdown last week on like a reverse I was going to say like crazy plays.
Well, 2 weeks ago, but
2 weeks ago. Okay.
I'm fine with trading Debo, but no, I would put Tet in over.
But I mean, like if you can capitalize on the Tootin hype or even like the Bill hype, like pair, Bill and Debo or Tootin and Debo and tier up at a running back to pair with Saquon and Jacobs.
Boom.
Yeah, as the foremost Bill hype man, I'm cooling quickly.
A little bit. Tron, someone offered him ETN for Bill. Not sure about this. Needs a quarterback with Daniels being banged up. JCM and Wan'Dale for ETN and Drake May. Yes. I mean, you should take ETN for Bill. Like that's
ETN for Bill. I'm taking 100 times out of 100. But then when you go through the quarterbacks last night, I love Wan'Dale, but you need a quarterback, and I like Drake May. I'm making this move.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you probably are okay at wide receiver if you were able to pluck Wan'Dale off waivers.
Yep.
At this point, you're upgrading a quarterback and staying exactly where you were at wide receiver.
I do love that we got a question that has both my upside and my downside as a part of the question today.
Yeah, it does. Trade Derrick Henry, and Drake London for Jamar Chase and Devon Achane. Hello, Blockbuster.
Yes.
I want to know what the settings are.
Full PPR making this trade all day.
Yes.
Standard, I'm not making the trade.
No. Yeah, standard, I'm not doing it. Yeah, standard, I'm not doing it, but full PPR, you can definitely convince me, even with the Chase quote downgrade to Jake Browning.
Chef, I'm going to read you a text from this past weekend that I sent Josh and Ryan as I was sitting in Twin Peaks in San Antonio, Texas, watching the New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins while a bunch of Cowboys fans were crying around me at that point, which I wish the cries continued, but neither here nor there. My two texts back to back that both got laughs. So I'm going to read them both. You can address all handwritten apology letters saying how I hate on Tua too much to me in the next episode. Thank you very much. Still waiting on those handwritten apologies. And then immediately afterwards, 10 minutes later, Tua better be giving Devon Achane a blowjob every fucking morning for padding his stats. So those were the two texts that I sent 10 minutes apart. It's Tua stat patter. If you can get Devon Achane at PPR, you're going to go get him. Because apparently Tua's air yards
we talked about
pass
that.
thrown is -5
all last year, and we spent the entire Monday show defending Jamar Chase with Jake Browning. So I'm in on that trade.
Browning's not bad. Let's get this out of the way. He's not bad.
Yeah, and he knows the system.
Yeah, and he was good when he filled in 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was averaging a little over 276 passing yards per game.
Yeah,
I mean that right there is 11 fantasy points.
Yeah, if it's PPR, you're getting Jamar Chase and Devon Achane. I don't know why somebody would want to get rid of that, but we be wrestling. Yeah, we do. Do you think I should trade DK Metcalf and Tyler Warren? Yep. I, for some reason, thought he meant Jalen, but no, there is a Tyler Warren in the NFL now. And Zach Charbonnet for George Pickens and Tucker Kraft and Cam Scatterbo. No. No.
I like Tucker Kraft. I know Josh loves Tucker Kraft
and Charbonnet.
Take the tight ends out of the equation because we can find a tight end on the waiver wire. I would rather DK Metcalf, and I would rather Charbonnet.
So This is what I'm going to say. At this point, we know that Pickens is in a higher pass volume offense. I feel like right now their floors, Metcalf and Pickens, just through 2 weeks, their floors basically look exactly the same. Like you're going to get good Rodgers, you're going to get bad Rodgers, right? Dak is still going to continue to throw the football. we know that Pickens plays second fiddle. And I think at that point, you can say the tight ends are maybe a wash. Would you not take Scatterbo over Charbonnet?
See, I've not been that sold on Scatterbo. Obviously, like, God, it's so hard to what we're supposed to read into anything. Because in training camp, this guy could not get past Tyrone Tracy. And now after 2 weeks, it's his job. I don't know.
And that's the thing. And I feel like with Scatterbo, there's definitely still some information we need to see because he barely played in week 1, right? But then basically, maybe it was a game script thing, but usurped the role from.
Yeah, it's like that's certainly how everybody's treating it.
Yeah, the game was closer. So maybe that's kind of the goal with Scatterbo is that when the Giants are winning, he's the hammer because we know, his tackle breaking ability.
But I mean, Tyrone Tracy sucked both weeks. So.
Yeah. And that's the other side of it. Like Tyrone Tracy feels like, with the presence of Scatterbo is like, oh crap, I forgot how to be a running back.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Ryan, you're very much a running back guy. Like this is an upgraded running back for you. Is this really a massive downgrade at wide receiver? Because personally, it's an upgrade at tight end for me. I love Tucker Kraft.
That's where I was going to go with this. Is it's a huge upgrade at tight end. I like Metcalf better. I disagree on the floor thing. Pickens had 6 points in 1 week. Metcalf has been 11 and 12. I think Metcalf is the more consistent of these producers because he's going to see targets every week.
30 this week.
I just don't know that I like Scat better than Sharbs. I don't know though, because Tucker Kraft is a fucking hell of an upgrade. You might have talked me into this. So,
and that's what I'm saying. Like to me, you're getting a massive upgrade at one position for not a massive downgrade at any other position.
Yeah. But how long till and it may not happen. How long till Tyler Warren gets his shit together? Basically, I see why you're struggling with this trade. If you have one favorite player of these 6 players, if you have one of these guys that you're like, that's my fucking guy, I want him on my team, take that side of the trade. That's the best advice I can give you. It's a fair trade. Tucker Kraft is the biggest upgrade in this trade. So.
At the same time, Tucker Kraft could go in next week, catch one pass because that's Green Bay's offense.
But I mean, that's tight ends. Tyler Warren could literally be the same thing.
Yes, but that's Green Bay's. You're doubling down because that's Green Bay's offense as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Green Bay's offense, sure, but with the injuries they're dealing with at the wide receiver position, I feel a lot safer with Tucker Kraft.
That's fair. All right, before we get into more questions, because I know we got a lot, we're going to go smash play game of the week, and then we'll go back to questions. So quick smash play. Puka Nacua against the Eagles, Josh.
Let me find my notes. Here we go.
Okay, or you're not ready. That's fine.
No, I got it. I just had a different screen open. All right. You want to talk about dominance of a team. And I hate saying this as an Eagles fan, but Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua is approaching that against Philly. Over his last 3 games against the Eagles, including the playoffs last year, Nacua has seen 38 targets and turned that into 22 catches for 285 yards and a score. And in each of those games, another Ram also saw 10 or more targets. We know McVay will move Nacua around the formations, get him in motion, all those things. And with another threat in the form of Devontae Adams, to me, it's reasonable to expect that Eagle star corner Quinyon Mitchell will likely stay on the outside and not follow Nacua to the slot, where he's running at a 61.1% clip through the first 2 weeks. The Eagles' holes are at safety, and they allow a ton of yards after the catch. Puka is currently 5th in the NFL in yards after the catch and averages over 110 receiving yards per game. I am fully on board expecting a 10-plus target week in week 3 for Nacua with an additional 8 receptions or more en route to a top 5 wide receiver finish.
Fire me up, baby. I got Puka.
I like it. I mean, I love Puka.
I was debating between him and Devontae Adams, and I do think Adams has a really good game too. But again, just looking at Nakua's history, and this is like recent history, like all of these games.
I was going to say that
last
I was shocked you had that much history because when you're like his history against the Eagles, I'm like, what? One game? But yeah,
no, yeah. Cool. I mean, he played him in 2023. They played him in 2024, and again in the playoffs. Like that's 3 games in 2 years.
Yeah, I like it.
And over 10 in every single game.
Game of the week, not for the purposes of like it's going to be fun to watch, for the purposes of there's going to be no defense, and that's great for fantasy football. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, so this is not the highest over-under on the week. That's kind of where I was making my choice here. Well, it's Baltimore and Detroit, but I also feel like that could be a trap game, so I decided not to go with that game. So I'm going with Dallas and Chicago, which just screams trap game, but let's jump into it. Second highest over under this week. Both teams have implied totals of 24 points. It's the only game this week where both teams actually have an implied total over 24. But what I really like is what Joe hit on. Both of these defenses are giving up big points this season. The Bears have allowed the most points on defense. Dallas has allowed the 6th most points on defense. And the whole point of this segment is fantasy stars. And when you look at this game, you have 2 decent quarterback options that are probably starting for a lot of teams in your league this week. 2 decent running back options that are probably RB2s or flex plays this week in DeAndre Swift and Javonte Williams. But then you get to the wide receivers, and this is where things get exciting. You have Rome Odunze, who looks like a new man this season. CeeDee Lamb's doing CeeDee Lamb things. Do we get good George Pickens? Do we get bad George Pickens? Does DJ Moore finally show up? There's a ton that I really like about this game. And then is Colston Loveland going to score fantasy points this season? It better be against Dallas. Otherwise, it's about time to write that kid off. And Jake Ferguson is always steady as we go. You do not want to start a fantasy defense in this. You're praying for a fantasy defense touchdown in this game. I'm staying away from it, especially if your league penalizes heavy points scored. But when you look at every other weapon in this game, I truly feel there are 8 to 9 fantasy assets that could be starting in every single league for this game this week.
None of these defenses have a pass rush right now.
Yeah.
None of them. And that's just great for
one of them had one.
Production. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what happens when you trade star players. So thank you, Dallas. Appreciate
you. You need the draft picks.
Yeah.
You need the draft picks.
Flex
right?
them.
Yeah, because one of those first could be another Micah Parsons, right?
Yeah, you never know. It could be a both.
What if they're 2 Micah Parsons? Who knows? All right. Questions. Steve, are you starting? Is it Aomanor? Aomanor. Yes, you are. Yes.
You're not benching this kid. Plain and simple. And Hunter hasn't done anything to prove it. What we've been really pushing for these rookies is wait until they prove it. If they prove it week 1 on your bench, so be it. Aomanor has proven it. So
I went to go pick him up, but I made my waiver priority getting rid of the Bears defense, so I didn't get Aomanor, which is fine. Got the Falcons defense.
I think I got.
Honestly, there were a lot of leagues where Aomanor just passed right through waivers.
Not any that I did but Josh, kudos to you. Do not know how I missed Cedric Tillman in the one league we're in together. Whereas I have a waiver claim in for Calvin Austin, and I paid $4 more for Calvin Austin than you paid for Tillman because I did not even see that he was there. So pissed about that.
All right. Woods Girl, half point PPR. Which running back should stay on the bench? So who are we benching? Achane, Genty, Brees, Kieran. It is between Genty and Kieran. And I'm probably benching Genty.
Yeah.
Fun fact,
this week I'm benching Brees Hall, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But
that's fair. I guess they're playing Buffalo.
No, for that offense. Yeah. So
no, Brees has the Bucks this week.
Sorry, I was thinking last week. Fun fact about Ashton Genty: he has 83 rushing yards on the season. He has 87 rushing yards after contact. Fun fact: he also has 2 receiving yards on the season. He has 36 receiving yards after contact on the season.
I'm gonna, I understand all the bad stats. Do not panic and get rid of this kid.
No, don't. I'm just saying those because that's insane.
The history of rookies and running backs that have popped after 2 bad games is ridiculous. A lot of people shared it on Twitter recently. Go look it up. The long and short is please do not move off from this kid. This is an O-line problem. This is not an Ashton Genty problem.
Did you see the first run he had against the Chargers where he bowled over the safety? It's not a him problem. It is not a him problem. He just needs a lane to run. Doesn't need a big one.
I was going to say, he's definitely shedding tackles. It was fun to watch for, the time that he was actually doing it. But
guys,
he has what, eight, he's averaging 18 touches per game through the first 2 weeks. Like they're giving him the football. Like it's only a matter of time. And even Pete Carroll, like the reporters were asking him in the post game presser about, Genty's touches or quote lack thereof. And I'm just like, what? This is like, 18 touches, like that's solid in today's NFL. But even Pete Carroll was just like, we got a long season, like sit tight. Like that tells me they're ready to give this kid 24, 25 touches a game in the coming weeks. Like, it's coming. Like, we just need patience.
He has 2 receiving yards, and 36 of them are after contact. How does that math? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. He's going to be fine. Trade Nico Collins for Tet and Javonte Williams. No, I'm not ready.
Nah, Nico's the best player in this, and you got to cut somebody. No.
Yeah, not ready to give up on him now.
Yeah, I'm not ready to give up on him. I can definitely see where this is an okay move to make, but it would really just kind of depend on what shape my roster's in. I mean, look, Javonte's RB3 right now. Maybe this fades, but I think if he's starting this hot, he's probably going to maintain top 20 production all season long. Mm-hmm. And Ryan, I know you're kind of off on the Panthers bandwagon, but he's seeing targets.
I turned a page on Tuesday. I said if garbage time is going to carry them, garbage time carries them, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. So I'm not mad.
And like,
don't get me wrong.
Yeah, so I mean, like you're probably getting a top 20 wide receiver. You're likely getting a top 15 running back, I'd say. The way that the Texans pass game is looking right now, like, are we sure that Nico's going to be a top 5 wide receiver?
I
understand the upside is there. 100% see that. Like, I made the case in the offseason. Like, I love Nico this year. But again, this really boils down to me. What does the rest of my roster look like? Yeah. And that's what I'm getting.
How bad do you need Javonte?
There you go.
Yeah, if you really need a running back.
Like, in a vacuum, no, I'm not taking this because I don't love giving up the best player. But again, like, this is one of those trades where,
and who do you
depending on what my roster look like, I'm not mad at this trade.
You're probably cutting a receiver because you need the running back.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeet, stash 1. Trey Benson, Rashad White, Algier.
Never Rashad White.
Trey Benson, 100%.
Yeah, it's
Trey Benson is the one person in this that doesn't need an injury to steal that job. He can take that job from James Conner. Benson has looked good the couple of plays I've seen of him. So
I would trade Algier to the Bijan owner.
100%.
That, or if you can stash both of them, and then if Bijan gets hurt, then you trade him because then it's real desperate. But yeah, I would look to trade Algier to the Bijan owner. Baker or Love this week, Ryan?
Who do I have ahead? I don't think I'm benching Baker for Love yet. There's just too much inconsistency there. So it's almost certainly Baker Mayfield for me against the Jets. Yeah, it's Baker.
Josh?
Yeah, it's Baker. And I did the rankings graphic. Love wasn't even in the top 12 between you and Austin.
Yeah, he falls at 16 for me. That Cleveland defense is no joke. So
yeah, Baker, no question. Need a quarterback. Drop Braylon Allen or Najee Harris.
I'm fine with dropping Bo Allen. I don't know that I want to give up on Najee quite yet.
I would say Allen as well.
Yeah, I would say Allen as well.
Yep. Smitty, Trevion Henderson going off on my bench this week, or should I start him? His running backs are James Conner, David Montgomery, and Trevion Henderson.
I'll concede to Joe on this one. I'm fine with leaving him on the pine. What were the other options, though? You just
James Conner, David Montgomery. James Conner will play the San Francisco 49ers, and David Montgomery will play in Baltimore. I don't like either of those matchups.
I was going to say, I'm tempted to start Hendo over both of those guys, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and that's really what it boils down to. Like, which one of these guys is going to rip, that can literally put up 13 points in one play? And it's Trevion Henderson.
Without a doubt.
Yes. My worry is, did you watch him in pass? Did you watch him in pass protection?
Yeah,
he pretty much allowed 3 sacks straight up.
For a guy that was celebrated for his pass blocking.
Yeah,
in coming into this league, he did not get the assignments this week. It was bad. It wasn't even like, oh, guy bested him or like overpowered by a bigger guy. No, just straight up missed 3 straight assignments and it was not good. So I think that dings him. Just remember, someone in the offseason said, hey guys, Rhamondre Stevenson's not dead. Maybe we should not be killing him. And maybe, we as a collective should have listened to that person. Not saying anybody on the show disagreed, because I was going to say, we were all on board with you on that one, Joe. Like, I love Henderson, don't get me wrong, but like,
everyone was in agreement.
All the evidence was there that Henderson wasn't going to be the bell cow that everybody wanted him to be.
Yep. Rhamondre Stevenson's still a dog, guys. They went back to the gap run scheme, and that's where Rhamondre fucking eats. So, yeah, in this situation, play him over David Montgomery?
Yeah.
The
I'd be
Cardinals
fine with
actually play the 49ers very well. I think they've beaten the 49ers multiple times in San Francisco over the past several years. So
I will say these first few weeks, like James Conner does not look like he did last
No,
year.
because
That's why I told old
age.
boy to stash Benson.
He looks old.
Okay, just real quick. If he did the trade, Brian Robinson, so drop him for Javonte.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine with that then. Okay, sorry to jump there.
Now
Wendy,
you've got a starter. So there you go.
Yeah, Wendy, you should find blackout sunglasses. I think that'd probably be a better use for your eyeballs than
Get those eclipse glasses.
Wendy. There's still time to sell. There's 96 hours. You can still sell the tickets.
Wendy is a Bears fan. Leave her alone.
Yeah, Ryan just said it's the game of the week. There's gonna be fireworks in this one. Come on, Joe.
I'm not mad about this game. I think it's gonna be fun.
I'm a Patriots fan, and we strategically picked the Saints game this year.
So glutton for punishment.
Like we strategically picked the Saints game this year. Like we're not stupid. Quincy, drop Juwan Jennings for Xavier Worthy. Isn't he hurt and the other guy's healthy? Like why would
I mean they're both hurt, let's be real here.
Did Jennings get hurt?
Well,
Yeah,
Jennings
he's
he's playing through injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, if you're telling me that this is a long-term play, I like Worthy more rest of season.
If Jennings was never starting for you, I'm fine with this.
yeah, sure. That's fine.
That's fine.
If you have the shit,
There's more upside with Worthy in my opinion.
I say if you have the shit storm of teams I've put together this season, last place in the
Ryan's
Gods
struggling.
and Goddesses tournament, you need Juwan Jennings. Trust me.
Guys, I'm 1-1 in every league. I've had, up and down week. I'm undefeated in the Dynasty League. I am on fire.
I am too,
right
but
now.
I'm never gonna hear
I
the
am
end
a
of this.
pretender.
I am, guys. My team is finally come to fruition, and I fucking Caleb Williams as the quarterback.
I just want to point out,
Ow.
Joe, that
As long as he keeps throwing,
I tried to donate Keenan Allen to you.
You did, and I should have taken it. I should have known that fucker was coming back to the Chargers. I should have known that. Oh, I wish you. I'll trade him to you now.
He did
Chef,
clarify this was half PPR.
Yes, half PPR.
I'm making
Jamar
the trade.
Chase, Devon Achane.
Yep.
Not even close.
Yeah,
Especially.
they dropped their roster, I think, in the follow-up question. So, they have Henry, Genty, Kenneth Walker, Bill, Monty, Judkins. God damn, that's a lot of running backs. Okay. Olave Adams, London.
Yeah, you need a dog as a wide receiver one.
Your bigger need is an elite
I'm
wide
okay with
receiver.
that.
I agree wholeheartedly, Joe.
Benching Brees, would you start Stevenson? Don't even need to see the rest of the question. Don't even need to see the rest of the question. You are playing Ramondre Stevenson until further notice. The Pittsburgh Steelers are number one. I heard this on the radio today. Number one in explosive plays allowed. I don't know what that means. All I know is that that's bad. Okay. I don't know what qualifies as an explosive play in these advanced metrics. All I know is that it's bad, and Ramondre Stevenson is playing against that team. That's all I need to know. So, yes, you are playing Ramondre Stevenson until further notice. Marcus, have Parker Romo?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, you do. Should you stream? No, you don't stream Harrison, but no, you stream Parker Romo. Game ball 5 for 5. Parker Romo, who
and they're playing Carolina. Don't worry about. He has 3 other Falcons on his team, as he points out in this. So he's worried about overloading on a team.
No,
if that team is playing the Carolina Panthers, you overload on that team. You're good.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Aren't they in Carolina this week?
Doesn't matter.
No, I know. I'm just.
Yes, it is in Carolina.
Kickers outside, all that shit. So
it doesn't. It's Carolina. It's September. It's fine.
Okay.
Let them live. Okay. All I know is that Parker Romo got a game ball, was 5 for 5, and was cut by the New England Patriots for the fucker that missed 2 extra points. But don't worry, guys. We gave him a game ball because he kicked a 53-yarder to put us ahead. Screw you, Mike Vrabel. RNGJ. Superflex. Have Kyler Murray and Cam Ward. Do you think I should spend all of my remaining fab? 90%, 95% of his remaining fab to get Jake Browning? No.
In Superflex, yes. I'll make this.
No.
Ryan, we are in a lot of Superflex leagues. I did not find a single one where somebody was blowing 90% of their fab to get Jake Browning.
50%,
so
fine.
Okay,
I mean, if you wanted to throw like 125, I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Like, if it's quarterback in a super flex league, okay, cool. Quite honestly, if you miss, so be it.
I'm also going on the assumption that you have no quarterback on your bench, that you're saying I have Murray and Ward, not that these are your starters, that they are your only quarterbacks. If you have a third starter, Spencer Rattler or somebody on your bench, you don't need to go all in on Jake Browning.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't even think you need to go all in, because you're going to have instances where other quarterbacks end up getting hurt and you can get a cheap 1 week guy for
we're seeing
Seven got hurt this week.
Yeah.
Like, I understand wanting to go all in for Browning because we know the timetable. He's going to be the starter for 12 plus weeks.
You're
like, I get that. You're picking up a starting quarterback. So I'm fully on board with that. You can make the case there is no price too heavy. If that's the case, 191 out of 200.
And you know your league far better than I know my league. I'll tell you right now, I there's a league where Jake Browning Superflex League was still available when I checked waivers. I think it's a 200 budget league. I put in 113 because my birthday is January 13th. So that's what I did there. So.
Yeah, I mean, I went to, I think I did like 75 or so in one that was out of 100. And somebody bid like 89. So, I mean, that's along your 90% range, right? Like it just depends on the league. Like if you've been in this league a long time and you know how your league will value, free agent quarterbacks in a super flex in instances like this, that's what you need to rely on versus us telling you what is too much. Because really at the end of the day, there is no price that's too much for a starting quarterback in super flex. That is the truth there. But I personally would not, because, again, when it comes to Jake Browning, you're not getting any sort of advantage when it comes to rushing upside. He is strictly a third quarterback. That's it. Like, you're never starting him. So I would not feel comfortable blowing all of my available fab on somebody that I'm maybe only starting twice in a season.
Yep. Real quick, Glaze. Parker Romo, not Tony. That was also something that popped into my head. I was like, oh, it was Romo on the Falcons. No, not Tony. Parker Romo. Proud to say I haven't listened to a single second of Tony Romo broadcasting this year, and I feel good about that. Really hoping to keep that streak alive. Moving into, before we get into more questions, upsides. We'll go through these pretty quick. Josh, Roma Dunze top 10 against the Cowboys. Duh. And Isaiah Pacheco, 12 fantasy points against the Giants on Sunday Night Football. Gross. Josh.
Yeah, I wanted to address Pacheco because we had a lot of questions on Monday and Tuesday about Pacheco and basically the two duds that he's put up. The Giants have given up 2 rushing touchdowns apiece in their first 2 games and have allowed over 30 receiving yards to running backs in each of those games. And they have allowed the most. Yeah, they've allowed the most fantasy points to running backs through 2 games. Pacheco started slow. I get it. Both those defenses have been pretty solid. So if Pacheco can't get going in what is a cake matchup, the wheels are off, plain and simple. You will start to see more Brashad Smith, the rookie out of SMU, formerly from Miami. There's a lot of buzz with him in camp. I like this kid. I'm a fan of his. But this is the chance for Pacheco to get right. And I think for his sake, he has to get right. And again, it's the Giants. They suck. They have a good pass rush, but really that's about it.
I'm just happy everyone's realizing that Isaiah Pacheco's actually bad. Like, I think we're all coming
like, I mean,
he's not good.
You fall in love with the underdog story, right? The 7th round pick, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I've never been a big Pacheco guy, but he's made a dent in some instances, but it's always been as like a 2-down runner. It's rushing yards and touchdowns. Yeah. There's never really been a ton with receiving. So I've never understood why, a lot of fantasy analysts have really been on that hype train.
Chiefs pulled an all-timer with the free 4 shirts in pregame. Absolute all-timer right there. And not to mention that Chiefs fans are crying on social media saying, oh, I wish we had better pass catchers. We'd be so much better with better pass catchers in a run game. And you have Patriots fans tweeting, Tom Brady played with 5'9" Eskimos and had no running back his entire career. Shut up. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, like, calm down. Anyways, Ryan.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson, top 20. We're all in on this Chiefs game, guys. We're all in.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good. Shout out Wan'Dale Robinson finally changing his yards per route run from 1 to 100. My goodness.
Wan'Dale
rush through it deep. I'm like, gotta be Malik Neighbors. I'm sorry, 17?
It was 3 different deep pass catches he caught in that game. So
yeah, blew my
Joe,
mind.
to your point, I do want to actually address this because you brought up yards per route run. He was at 1.21 last year. You know what he's at through 2 weeks?
100.
2.74, more than doubled.
Which is
from
that's
where he
not
was
good.
at
Let's
last year.
get that straight. Not good. 2.74
Yeah, no, he was
is not good.
good in a yards per route run. Yeah, that's wild.
Imagine you said, yeah, guys, he doubled his yards per route run. Oh wow, from like 8 to 16. No, 1 to 2. Okay, great. That's a Tua Tagovailoa receiver right there. That's who he needs on the Dolphins. Ryan, Wan'Dale top 20, and then the 2 touchdown specialist, CeeDee Lamb. I swear to God, if you jinx him here, I swear.
I killed my guy Kyron Williams last week. So, but I never talk about the 2 touchdown special. I even forgot to look the odds up. I will have money on it. 2 touchdowns are fun. I think he gets it. But let's talk Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm going to quickly throw out. We have so many questions in the chat. We will answer every question. We
every single one of them
segments in there. Just hang with us. Wide receiver 9 in fantasy right now. Probably my favorite PPR flex option. 18 targets in 2 weeks. That puts him on a pace for over 150 targets. But these guys have already hit the point I was going to hit. Over 17 yards per catch, 17 yards per catch last week. 14 yards per catch for the season. That basically doubles what he was doing last year, as they've alluded to. It's a whole new offense with Russell Wilson, and Kansas City gets beat by wide receivers, and that's despite Philly not throwing on them last week. They are still giving up the 8th most fantasy points to wide receivers in the league. The Giants are going to throw a lot more than Philly did. Against the Chargers, Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston all went for 13 plus fantasy points. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, there's no reason to think Wan'Dale Robinson's not going to keep his role and do it again this week.
All right, on to me. I apparently am not good at this. I think my picks aren't horrible, but they also screw you, Kayshon Boutte. Also, screw you, Luke Farrell, for stealing Jake Tongis's touchdown. You dick. What the hell? That's not supposed to be your touchdown. That's Jake's touchdown. Anyways, Jalen Warren, top 12 against the Patriots. That one's pretty self-explanatory, guys. You watch the Patriots defense so far this year? They're not good.
Yeah, they're really working Jalen Warren. It's been not fun to see as a Caleb Johnson stan, but
fun fact. Robert Spillane has 6 tackles on the season. He has 8 missed tackles on the season.
Yikes.
I started him in a single IDP league. Week 1, I immediately moved on.
Yeah, you did. Some of the higher IDP draft picks not panning out right now. They have not had a good start to the season, unless you listen to me and said draft Brian Burns, to which you're having a great time right now, and you're welcome for that. JSN top 12 against the Saints.
Love that.
The man has back-to-back 100-yard games.
Yeah, he's definitely proven me wrong so far.
He's proven you wrong big time, and that's why I put him here.
That's fair.
Not to that fact. Like, he actually is, because it's unbelievable. It's a great matchup, and on my 2-0 dynasty team. So that helps as well. Hasn't left the receiver spot yet. Who you traded to me, by the way. I got JSN from Josh.
You're welcome. I built half your team with all the trades,
and I'm doing great. And I beat you week 1 with that team.
And he's 2-0.
Lick my nuts. I don't. What do you want from me?
And I've still scored more fantasy.
No, I've scored more points than you dick, by like 0.6. It's a slim margin, but I've scored more.
Imagine if the 3 of us can stay undefeated for a long period of time, or do we play each other this week?
Ryan, are you undefeated? Josh isn't undefeated. I beat him week 1.
Oh, duh. Never mind. Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, womp womp. Guys, have you watched the Saints? You probably haven't, because they're not on national television. But holy wow, are they horrendous?
I'll give their offense credit. They're hanging
Rattler
in there. Like, they're keeping
horrible.
Things. Yeah,
Rattler has not looked bad.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. Rattler's not looked bad. Do they have a defense?
No.
When Mac Jones is juking out your secondary, there's a problem. JSN, they have to go on the road. Always a tough time anytime you play in Seattle. Has Sam Darnold looked good? No.
Nope.
No, he has not. He has not looked good. Has he looked serviceable? Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. He's getting the guy you need to get the ball. Might even look streamable this week. Spoiler potentially. we might find that out later. But I love JSN. I think he has another big week. I think they said going into, I think he had 2 100-yard games going into the season. He now has 2 this season.
Yeah.
So he's matched his 100-yard games. So as bad as Sam Darnold is and as bad as his stats are, 100 plus of his 150 passing yards are going to JSN.
This offense is for him.
Yes, and that is all that matters. Boom. All right. Yes, Josh, I know. Super chat. It literally just came through. It just came through. God. From Jonathan. Shout out to Super Chat. Jonathan. We appreciate you. Again, if you want to jump the queue, we will answer every single question. If you gotta want to jump it, Super Chat, way to do it. Trade Jalen Warren for Ricky Pearsall. Jalen Warren and Ricky Pearsall for Mike Evans, and we're already saying immediate no to this, correct?
Nope. I'm cooling on Bill greatly. Jalen Warren is a guy I like, especially if this is a PPR format, and Pearsall and Evans are iffy together. I'm fine with hanging Pearsall over Evans. I'm keeping Warren and Pearsall.
Same.
Yeah, I don't think Evans is honestly right now. I don't think Evans is a massive jump over
exactly
Ricky Pearsall, and you're taking.
I mean, he will be once Evans really starts scoring touchdowns. And I've been saying this for a couple weeks. Like Pearsall, this is the opportunity for him to show that he can be a legitimate, wide receiver in this league, being a former first-round pick. He's not an alpha. He's a beta, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. Question time. Woods, is it okay to move off in a step? No. No. Do not drop. No. Let's not play the kicker game.
Don't drop a good kicker and a good offense is the main thing here. But I will say Schrader should be added in way more leagues for what's going on there in Indianapolis. I added him a bunch of leagues this week. So
I drafted Spencer Schrader in almost every single one of my leagues.
For you.
So
I drafted Matt Gay and feel like
I have no takes on kickers. I hate the position.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cameron Dick is the most accurate kicker in NFL history right now.
Yeah, don't move off the kicker at all.
You don't move off of him. Matty Randoms have Jaden Daniels so he needs one. Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, nope. Sam Darnold, Jake Browning, Mac Jones, Cam Ward, Bryce. Holy wow. Okay, we have a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot available here. Okay.
I'm okay with Jake Browning.
This is the whole list I had to pick from. For me, it's Sam Darnold, but anybody can make a case. I will make a case for Sam Darnold in about 27 minutes. So,
I mean, yeah, at this rate, I would say for this week, Sam Darnold, fine. I would say this week and moving forward, Jake Browning.
I'll give you that 100%. If we're looking to move forward with this, yes.
Oh, if it's move forward, it's T-Law, but I'm guessing, I'm not starting T-Law this week against Houston, though.
That's what I'm saying. Is like if it's this week and moving forward, it's Jake Browning.
Yeah.
If it's this
I
week,
disagree.
It's Sam Darnold.
Jake Browning doesn't have fantasy upside, in my opinion.
Just
not in the way that we're talking about, like mass, rushing upside ability, things like that. Like Bryce Young's going to have more rushing yards than Jake Browning. Okay. None of us are going Bryce Young over Jake Browning.
None of these guys really have rushing upside. None of these guys really have rushing upside.
I disagree with that.
Who does?
Cam Ward can run. Tua can run, or not Tua, excuse me. T-Law can run.
Can.
I say yeah. Won't. Lawrence has shown it before.
Scramble rushing yards from Russ until Jackson Dart. Yeah.
I think it's if you need a guy this week and moving forward, it's Jake Browning. If you need a guy this week, it's Sam Darnold.
And that's the thing. It's Jaden Daniels. So that's what you're looking at is 1 week.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, Jake Browning is fine this week, but
yeah.
And Smitty, yes, Cam Ward can run if you actually watch his college tape.
Yeah, but he's talking about
no, he can, but he won't.
8 yards. Yeah,
he won't. Is the point?
Against 2 tough defenses in his first 2 starts, like give him some time. It's coming.
Trevor Lawrence can run. He won't. Cam Ward can run. He won't. That's not what the
All
offense.
These guys have 300-yard seasons on their career. Like, what are we doing?
He can. He won't. That's the point. And Trevor Lawrence is bad, so let's just get him off the list. Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback.
Okay, 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That is no different than Jake Browning's stat line from 2023.
That's no different than Jake Browning.
1 interception per start.
So question. One was the number 1 overall pick and is a starter. The other's a backup. So you're comparing and saying that the starter is just as good as
okay,
the backup.
because draft capital cares when we're picking up somebody off of waivers in fantasy football.
All I'm telling you is that you just said a backup is as good as a starter. That's all I'm telling you. That is the point. Is that you just said Trevor Lawrence is Jake Browning, and that's not a good argument. That's not a good argument. Would you drop Brian Robinson for Benson since you have Connor? Yes. Henry or Fannin this week? Ryan.
Harold Fannin.
Kieran for Buka and no, stop trading for stop trading for him.
Stop trading for Bill, and you don't trade good running backs for good wide receivers. Keep the good running backs.
Yeah, that's stop trading for Bill. Just that's the overall theme of the week 3 show. Don't trade for Bill.
Stop trading for Bill.
Actually, no, the overall theme is don't have Bill come to leagues with Ryan and buy him off of me because I have so much Bill I need to move right now.
That's the move. Trade Jalen Warren and Pierce. We just answered this, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we're good. Jonathan or Trone, excuse me. Need 2 receivers and a flex. Tyreek Hill, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Warren. Okay, so the flex is probably Jalen Warren, correct? Out of all this,
yeah, I was gonna say
we're flexing Jalen Warren.
Rough. I'm probably gonna go
DK and Wan'Dale.
DK, Wan'Dale, Jalen Warren.
I can get
that feels pretty easy to me.
Yeah,
that feels pretty easy to me.
I'm still not ready to like ride and die with Tyreek. Like I was in on the offseason, but man,
especially on the short
only
week.
Dolphin right now that I trust is Devon Achane.
I say in the short week does not help the Dolphins at all against Buffalo.
And isn't it in Buffalo? Tua sucks in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So I'm not about that. Yeah, that game's in Buffalo. You're not playing any Dolphin not named Devon Achane. Last question. Should I start Josh Jacobs even with the sudden ankle injury or put Bill or Tootin?
I still have Jacobs ahead of these guys. I have all of them outside of my top 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rank them Jacobs, Tootin, and then Bill.
100%.
Yeah, I don't love any of them, but you're going to start Jacobs.
Yep.
Trill, PPR Pickens, or I assume Jacoby Myers. Pickens.
I'll go with Pickens in that game that I'm expecting to be a good game this week.
Yeah, I mean, that was why I was on Pickens last week. Like, they were going to throw, and the Giants can't cover, so it's the same situation in Chicago. This is set up to be a George Pickens game. So, yeah, I'm riding with Pickens here.
Smitty 2QB, Daniels questionable, Purdy is out. Backups were Rattler and Ward. Was able to get Mac Jones and Browning, but had to drop Ward for Jones. Which 2 quarterbacks should I play? You should go pick up
Cam Ward for. Oh my God, Smitty, go get Cam Ward.
Yeah, you got to go pick up. You got to go pick up Cam Ward. It's fine that you went and got Mac Jones, but you got to go pick up Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: Mac Jones isn't going to be starting after this week. He may not even start this week.
Yeah,
matter of fact. So,
yeah,
and that's the risky part here when you're talking. You know, when you're picking up these like fill-in backup quarterbacks, like if their manager is not, the starting quarterback isn't missing a large chunk like Browning or is filling in for Joe Burrow, like. Dropping valuable pieces.
Yeah,
like
I just want to reiterate Josh's
QB
point. Obviously, we were giving Ward a hard time about not rushing. Cam Ward faced the worst 2 defenses you could.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
start his career, he is going to be fine. And Smitty, I'm not trying to bust your balls, but go put in a Cam Ward in a super flex. That guy asked earlier if he should drop his entire fab to get Jake Browning. Someone is going to drop their entire fab to pick Cam Ward up. I almost guarantee it at this point. So don't be mad if you don't get him back. You live and you learn. Did we really answer his question? I guess it's Browning and Mac Jones for now.
It's Browning. It's Browning and Mac Jones if Mac plays. If not, it's Browning and Purdy.
Yeah.
Yep. Need some trade advice. Giving Lamar, Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin for Hurts, JMO, JCM, Lad McConkey.
So he's getting an extra piece here, right?
Take out Bill, Lamar and Hurts, Jameson Williams, Mike Evans, Lad McConkey, and Terry McLaurin.
I'm not taking the downgrade on Lamar. Sorry. I haven't liked what I've seen from Hurts. Josh and I have had this fight a couple of Mondays now, but I'll hang on to Lamar's side of this thing.
No, I mean, it's for as much as I love Hurts, you want Lamar in fantasy. Like I'm not that biased.
Oh yeah,
Ryan. Give me a little more credit than that.
Let me be clear. Josh and I were not fighting Lamar versus Hurts. Josh, we were fighting about whether we should be worried about the Eagles' offense. But you want Lamar.
Yeah, don't give up Lamar. Plain and simple.
Glaze, we touched on this, Genty, but no, don't worry about him. Especially don't remove him from your lineup this week for Breece Hall.
Yeah, Breece Hall's got a bad matchup, which we'll
Yeah,
talk about here.
bad
Don't-
week for Hall too. Yeah,
Don't panic on Genty. He's going to be
Hall's
fine.
doing his best Ashton Genty impression this week.
Yeah,
Facts.
he's going to be fine. And then you think Tonga's TD got stolen. He's a Bijan owner. Yeah, that one's tough.
Oh, well, I bet on Kyron Williams to score a fucking touchdown. Hi, Blake Corum. Didn't know you had
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold a strap. Yeah. Bill and Jordan Mason for Cortland Sutton and Travion Henderson and James Conner.
Give me the Sutton Hendo Connor side
Yeah,
as
that's what I was
quickly
thinking.
as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you basically traded Jordan Mason for 3 guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, you won.
The best
Yeah,
player in this
definitely,
trade is Travion Henderson.
Agreed.
So,
Good fantasy football team name is Shakir Boutte.
shake your booty.
Shake your booty. Yeah.
Shake your booty, baby.
I love it.
Do that every week. Oro Zur, should I trade Genty and Devonta Smith for Jacobs? No.
I would not. Yeah.
Definitely not.
That's the definition of sell low.
I won't go quite
on
that
Genty.
far. Jacobs isn't shit, but I'm not making this trade.
He's not great.
Yeah.
Search and kill. One flex pick 1. Debo Samuel, Ricky Pearsall, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren.
Yeah, Jalen Warren.
Who does Tennessee have this week?
Decent.
Because I know
matchup.
Ridley's in for a bounce back at some point.
They play Indy.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not this
defense is
week.
rough.
Yeah.
I will
That's
say
Warren.
if Daniels were playing, this would probably be Samuel just because of the way they're using him.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm not
agree.
betting on a Marcus Mariota-led offense.
No. it's Jalen Warren.
Don't hate Swift against Dallas, but I'm still going.
Say I'd go Warren, Swift, Pearsall. Is
Yeah, that's fair.
how I would rank them. Louis, start 3. Terry McLaurin, Ricky Pearsall, Keenan Allen.
You're not starting.
Blanket.
Worthy.
Keon
Yeah.
Coleman.
Yeah, thank you. I was blanking on his first name. Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, Stephon Diggs. Pearsall is the definite here.
I think honestly, it's don't start the last 3 for me.
I disagree. I would be fine starting Keon Coleman. Josh Allen absolutely shreds Miami.
Okay.
In 14 career games, he has 37
Who you
career
start?
touchdown passes.
Scary Terry with Marcus Mariota.
I
I'm
would
good with
start Coleman, Keenan. I'm not starting Worthy, even if he's actually.
Oh, yeah,
plays.
absolutely.
Like I want to see how that.
that. No, I'll go.
shoulder
I'll go
back, so-
Pearsall. I'll go Pearsall, Keenan Coleman. I think that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. We can give Terry another week to kind of figure his shit out. But usually that, like, I mean, even he started slow last year, first 2 games, and then started picking things up.
Well,
in
and you got
3, so.
Mariota probably.
But yeah, I think I'm not starting Terry without Jaden Daniels. That's really what it boils down to. So yeah, give me Pearsall, Keenan, and Keon Coleman.
Millie, pick a receiver and 2 flexes. T. Higgins, Cortland Sutton, George Pickens, Ibuka, K9, Jay Warren, Pitts.
I got to give a disclaimer. We started this disclaimer on Monday. Millie should have heard it, but the whole audience needs to hear it. Amika Ibuka does not belong in start-sit questions. He is a
Correct.
start every week.
Yep.
Yeah, at this point. So you're putting Ibuka as your wide receiver.
There's a lot of good matchups here.
This is
with the
a
Charbonnet
nice
news.
team.
Like I like Kenneth Walker. The Saints the run defense actually hasn't been terrible.
I would go Pickens and Jalen Warren.
I would go Pickens and Jalen Warren.
If you told me you wanted to play T. Higgins, that's fine.
I
Over-
wouldn't be on
Over
the
Pickens.
side, but Ibuka definitely Pickens. Yeah,
Warren, that's such
I
a
know
good
my
matchup.
my heart wants to say Kenneth Walker so bad, but it's Jalen Warren. I just can't trust K9.
Yeah. Glaze, someone offered him Jameson Williams and Mike Evans for JSN. No.
Nope.
No.
Best
Nope.
player in the trade is JSN.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big Bills guy, you starting Travis Hunter or DJ Moore over a Debo with no Daniels?
Now that's a good question because Debo falls to Hunter's level with no Daniels, but Hunter has shown me nothing. If you get IDP points, I would go Hunter. If you don't, I would go Debo.
DJ Moore against the
I was
Cowboys.
about to say, are we like DJ
I'm-
Moore is dead because this is the
I'm
matchup that
sorry.
he can pop.
I'm sorry. I was thinking 2 of 3. So DJ Moore was the given starter for me here.
Okay.
Yes, it is
DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore 100%.
Okay.
DJ Moore. If
Yeah,
Wan'Dale
if DJ Moore
Robinson
can't
can
do it
it,
this week, then it's just dead for
then
him.
please trade him. Please
Yeah.
trade my Prince. Okay, you
Yes.
don't know how to use him properly. Please
Yeah,
trade my
just-
Prince.
trade DJ Moore and let Luther Burden run because
exactly. All right, downsides. We are behind.
This is a long
We're
show.
here. We're here.
We'll be quick.
Downsides, Josh. You have Breece Hall under 50 rushing yards against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Chuba Hubbard outside the top 20 against Atlanta this week.
I first want to address Breece Hall because we've kind of teased it. Tampa Bay is arguably the best run defense in the league. Losing Kalijah Kancey is not going to be good, but I called this even last week. I said Nick Chubb would be under 50 rushing yards. Even with the 25-yard touchdown burst, he still only finished with 43. Breece Hall is good. I get it. Without Justin Fields and his rushing ability, defenses can key in on stopping Breece Hall. I honestly would go as far as saying he probably doesn't hit 30 yards, but I think 50 is a good cushion there. But the guy I want to talk about is Chuba Hubbard. He's the RB7 on this season. And I would not have guessed that with how bad the Carolina Panthers have been, but he's doing it on the backs of receiving touchdowns. Falcons, after 2 games against the Bucs and the Vikings, the Falcons have given up a grand total of 18 receiving yards through 2 weeks. And they've played some pretty good receiving backs in Bucky Irving, Rachaad White, and even Aaron Jones. And Aaron Jones got skunked. And I know he left early with the injury, but literally 0 receiving yards there. So without any kind of receiving work, Chuba Hubbard faces just the run defense. And they've lost 2 interior linemen, the Panthers have. So I'm completely out on Chuba Hubbard this week as a top 20 option.
I benched him in every league I have him. He's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, that isn't seeing the lineup. Ryan, Josh Jacobs outside the top 20 against Cleveland, and the no touchdown special goes to Billy Bill Krosky Merritt against the Raiders.
Yeah, Bill feels like a given on not scoring a touchdown, but I'm definitely going to talk about Josh Jacobs here. Despite getting their asses kicked last week, Cleveland still held King Henry to 23 yards. And if Derrick Henry is pulling 2 fantasy points against Cleveland, my expectations are not high for an already injured Josh Jacobs. His weeks have been buoyed by touchdowns. He scored 1 in each week. He would be averaging 8 fantasy points per game if not for those touchdowns. He's been pretty mid. Cleveland kept the Baltimore running backs out of the end zone. Chase Brown did score a touchdown against them in week 1, but it was a 5-yard touchdown. In this situation, if the Packers get inside the 5-yard line, I think it's going to Tucker Kraft. Cleveland struggles against tight ends. I don't think this is a Josh Jacobs game.
Imagine if the Browns had like a high-paid quarterback that they could rely on.
Oh,
to be good on
Cleveland
offense.
media has turned to what this show has been saying for years now. The pivot from Baker Mayfield to Deshaun Watson was a franchise-ending mistake.
It was funny. I saw somebody said they saw Baker obviously drove down, helped the team win on Sunday night, and then Chubb scored the touchdown. And they were like, Browns could have had this.
My favorite was Baker Mayfield for comeback player of the year when all this dude came back from was being
drafted by the Browns. That was it. It didn't get hurt. Didn't have a life altering thing. He literally was just drafted by the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
That's it. Which is so funny. Myself. Hi, Joe. We're back to not putting quarterbacks outside the top 24. We're going to put them outside the top 16.
Jared Goff sounds like a better pick.
Jared Goff outside the top 16 against Baltimore. Yeah, that was me hedging my bet last week. That was just me going crazy because I had Cam Ward as the literal worst quarterback in week 1. So I said, you know what? Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
We'll start with Ladd McConkey outside the top 20 against Denver. I said earlier, I think Quentin Johnston sees most of the coverage, but Denver still has a good defense. And the Colts put up 28, 29 points against them, and there wasn't much happening in the slot or anything like that. So, and also they didn't need McConkey to beat the Raiders. I don't know if they're going to need him to beat Denver. There's plenty of other weapons and things to go around. Just be wary of that because there are times where McConkey could see Pat Surtain, who is the best cover corner in the NFL. And then Jared Goff outside the top 16. So I want you to remember week 1. That's it. That's all I want you to remember. The Bears are not, they're a joke of a franchise. There's a world where the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears should be mentioned in the same sentence. And that world is right now, is week 3. Because they suck. That is a suck off if I've ever seen one. All right. That is horrible. Jared Goff destroyed a Chicago Bears team in a dome at home after arguably one of the worst weeks of his career.
Yeah, it was bad.
Arguably. Last week was his first win under a head coach or offensive coordinator not named Ben Johnson or Sean McVay.
Oh,
Josh, you're wrong. That's actually wrong. He had 3 wins in 2021.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Well, someone lied to me on Twitter then. So
that is his
what?
4th win.
That never
Yeah.
happens.
Okay, so he's 4-15-1. Still really bad. Okay?
Yeah.
Still really bad. Not as bad as previously mentioned, but still bad. Baltimore has a good defense. They're hot and cold. They could either look like the 2000 Baltimore Ravens or the current iteration of the Chicago Bears. There's no in between. Their defense is hot or cold. But
I was saying on, what was it, Monday or Tuesday, that Goff goes for 5 touchdowns last week. We could literally see a 5 interception game from Jared Goff.
100%.
I mean, he's playing a good
there's
defense.
A real
And
chance.
he's outside. Like,
he's
and we've seen it
outside.
before.
Monday Night Football, prime time. Like there's so many things working.
So many of the Jared Goff red flags popping up. So
many things. And as we've seen this with a lot of, and again, I'm not classifying Jared Goff as a good quarterback, but every time Josh Allen goes into Baltimore, how does he do? Dog shit. He's horrible in Baltimore. So put a guy who can actually play outdoors and plays in Buffalo.
And that crowd is going to be hyped for a prime time,
on a Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a lull back to sleep week. I see people trading for Jared Goff. I see people want to get him in their lineups. Pump the brakes.
Don't do it.
Pump the brakes. You can now go back to the Detroit Lions of, if Jared Goff is outdoors, you don't want him starting.
There you go.
If he's indoors, fine, light him up. I think we said it last year, 15 of his 17 games he played were indoor games. Like, yeah, he had a career year last year because he played every fucking game indoors. Unbelievable. Okay. I had a lot of comments come in. Ice Cubes, 2 questions. One is Chase Brown, Drake May, and Waddle for Jamar. Is that a trade worth sending?
I mean, if it fits
any trade you can send.
Yeah. As long as that team needs a quarterback, because May doesn't do a whole lot for many teams. I assume this is not super flex.
Also, if you don't need a quarterback, because Drake May is a starting quarterback.
100%. Because if this is super flex, I'm probably hesitant to make this trade.
If it's super flex, I'm not making it. I understand wanting to get Waddle off your team. I wouldn't panic on Chase Brown yet. I mean, yeah, if you don't need Drake May, go get Jamar Chase. Sure.
100%. Yeah. And it's not an insulting offer at all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you have arguably a top 10 running back involved. So like it's not anything crazy. Yeah. I mean, of course, anybody that has Jamar Chase is going to look at it and be like, where's my star wide receiver in return? So but at least you're giving up some.
What do you mean? Your star wide receiver is Jalen Waddle. As you said in the preseason, you said Jalen Waddle could have a good year.
He has.
Hey, he caught a touchdown last week. I don't want to hear it.
He has May and Caleb against fucking Alex Austin. I could do that.
He has May and Caleb. It's not super flex. He needs wide receiver help. I think we would all say maybe throw Caleb instead of May.
I would do Caleb instead of Drake May. Yeah. I don't think.
And honestly, I think the other manager might find that more enticing. Like, I feel like there's just more name value with Caleb Williams, and
may be able to swing the vote this week if Jamar has a down week and Caleb Williams destroys the.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, for as bad as Caleb has been, he's still throwing it, and he's still producing fantasy points. Like, we can say all the time we want that he's a bad NFL quarterback, but
May and Caleb,
bad NFL players score fantasy points all the time.
May and Caleb are both top 10 fantasy quarterbacks right now. So
yeah. Fun fact about Caleb Williams, I forget the exact number. I believe it was either 8 or 10. He completed either his first 8 or his first 10 passes in the first game against the Minnesota Vikings. So he's 100% through his first 8 or 10 passes. He finished with a 60% completion percentage for the game.
He's asking if he should try Les first. I don't know that Les gets this deal done because it would almost certainly be Brown and the quarterback.
Yeah.
Or Brown and Waddle. And to me, that's not enticing enough for Chase. So,
yeah. To the second part of this, trade packages involving Ibuka for McBride in London. You could do that straight up if you wanted. I wouldn't. I would keep Ibuka. Like you could do that straight up and it would probably be.
I would actually do this trade because I want to win the positional battle at tight end, and I think McBride will eventually get on track. So
it's fine. It's fine. The 1 year I take a tight end high in one of my leagues.
If I can give a Puka and get a McBride in the deal, I'll do that all day.
Yeah.
Trey McBride fell to the 5th round in a 14-team league, and I took him. Shout out my work league. Shout out the Bears defense. But anyways, yeah, like that. It's fine. It's fine. JD, trade Sutton and Chubb for Brian Thomas Jr. That is buying low.
Yeah,
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yep, make that trade.
Looks like he has the yips. I'm not saying this is a bad trade. But if you're
Josh, I say Josh pointed this out on our Monday show that what is it, 18 passer rating when the Jaguars go to Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, not good. Yeah, not good. He has the yips, which scares me. That being said, this is if you can get him for this is a steal. Yeah. In essence, this is a steal. So, and Sutton obviously had a bad week last week, and Chubb's not going to do much for you. He's old.
Yeah.
In index, yes, the Bears were good when Matt Forte was in the backfield.
Matt Forte, what a guy.
If Matt Forte played in today's NFL, we would be talking about Matt Forte as the best running back in the NFL.
Yeah, without a doubt. Matt Forte was made for today's NFL.
Matt Forte was Christian McCaffrey before it was cool.
Well, that's the same thing. You could say the exact same thing, word for word, about LaDainian Tomlinson.
I was just going to say LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah.
He had
today's NFL would not know what to do with LaDainian Tomlinson.
He still has the NFL record for 31 touchdowns, correct, in a season?
I think so.
He had 28 rushing and 3 receiving.
Was he the first back to catch 100 balls too? I think so.
I
could be wrong.
I don't think he ever caught 100. I think Forte was.
Forte, I think he did.
Forte, no, Forte was LT. Yeah. Did not catch 100. Forte was the first one to catch 100.
I thought didn't Forte have 1,000 or not Forte?
100
LT have a 1,000 season.
Tomlinson did have 100 catch season.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Probably. I mean,
he was not the first though. Actually, Larry Centers in 1995 was the first.
Okay, so LaDainian Tomlinson was the first one
that anyone's ever heard of.
Yeah. Totally. Yes, Ibuka for McBride in London if you want that.
Totally. God, if you can get that, please smash. Except get McBride in London for Ibuka. Holy goodness,
smash me, baby, smash me. Drop Juju for Renfro.
What year is it?
I mean, brother,
I get why you have Juju rostered because of all the KC injuries.
Oh yeah.
None of these guys are really going to make a huge dent for you, but as long as Xavier Legette is seeing 8 targets and catching -2 yards,
I was going to say
going to have a role until Jalen Coker comes back.
Make sure though that Elik Ayamainer is not out there. Tyquan Thornton. Millie was all about Tyquan Thornton. I did a little research. I like Tyquan a little bit this week.
Tyquan Thornton
for this week, but these two players, it's just hilarious to me. This question probably literally got asked of this show 5 years ago.
I mean, yeah, we all would have said Hunter Renfrow.
And back then it was Hunter Renfrow. We were a very pro Hunter Renfrow show.
No, Nick says that this is the last spot on their bench. So
yeah, this is a very pro white slot receiver. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter the guy.
In PPR leagues, it
doesn't even matter the guy. Efton Chisholm, the moment he's available and starts doing things in the Patriots. Lad McConkey, I could name a bunch. All right, we're just a pro gym rat, lunch pail box kind of guy. Yeah. Like that's what the show is pro. Okay, coach's son. Who's best rest of the season? Omarion Hampton, K9, or Jordan Mason? We could probably take Jordan Mason out of this because he will inevitably split and is the second back.
I really want to say K9. I do. I think he's the most explosive, but I don't know what is going on with how Seattle wants to utilize that tandem.
But you can say the exact same thing about the Chargers. So,
well, to me, with the Chargers, it's just Hampton can't see the open lanes. Like that's really what it is, and those were my biggest hangups with him when I was doing my scouting. And granted, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a professional NFL scout, and whatever. But when Harris comes back, Hampton's role is going to be very minimized. Yeah. Whereas Walker can be a lead back.
100%.
We just don't know what Seattle truly wants to do. Like they tell us one thing and then do the opposite.
Index on a roll right now. Braxton
see it.
Berrios, Ricky
Yeah.
Pearsall. Chris,
Ricky Prohl.
Jordy Nelson was an X. Don't you slight Jordy Nelson. All right. That's one of the best X receivers the Green Bay Packers have ever had. But yes, very big pro Jordy Nelson guy over here. All right. He just didn't
To answer Ben Lab's question, I will say Kenneth Walker by a sliver.
If you had to, if gun to my head, it's Kenneth Walker. But if you have all three on your team, you're sitting pretty because you're hedging 3 bets. So yeah. League mates thinking about fleece because I traded Tet. And okay, Mark Andrews and ace tight end have not been in the same sentence for a few seasons. For Jamar Chase.
You got Jamar Chase because someone got fleeced in this, and it's the moron who traded Jamar Chase. I hope I didn't just call you a moron.
Do your friends like dry hand jobs? Because that's what it sounds like from this.
Jesus.
What? Hey guys, hey, I traded my 6th round pick in a tight end I could get off the waiver wire for the 101.
Yeah.
Hey, are you
Huge
getting
win.
what kind of question is that? What do you mean?
Huge win. Congratulations.
What are we doing? What are we doing? This isn't my America. I don't want this. Like, what do you mean? We live in a world where people think Mark Andrews and Jamar Chase can live on the same playing field?
No, not anymore. Not ever, really, truthfully.
What a trade.
I yelled at one of my friends for drafting Mark Andrews in the 7th round.
I was pro Mark Andrews in the 9th round, but guess what? That makes him very droppable.
Oh my God. That was brother.
I was going to say, I literally dropped Mark Andrews yesterday.
Holy God. He's so bad. I put Mark Andrews in my anytime touchdown bet, and guess who dropped a freaking touchdown?
Same.
Two of them, right?
Ding dong. The witch is dead.
Two of them,
the witch is Mark Andrews' career. Ben, who do we think about BTJ for AJ Brown? You're getting all that for Brian Thomas Jr.?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty wild. I just wonder who you have to cut, but you're probably taking this trade.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would take AJ Brown and Kenneth Walker for BTJ.
Yeah.
I would take AJ Brown for BTJ. You're just throwing it. You're throwing in sprinkles and whipped cream at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that. AJ Brown's not afraid to go over the middle. Yeah, I would do that. Okay. Sorry. So many coming in. All right. It's his 2nd time ever playing fantasy. Very new. And the person I'm watching for research hates Chase. Do they hate fun? Like, again.
Yeah, right. If you hate Chase, then, and not saying you,
the person you're watching.
I'm talking the person watching, like that is.
Well, I was going to say, if you want positive Chase reinforcement, that's all this show has been doing this week. So we haven't seen your name a lot. We go live literally 5 days a week. We do shows 6 days a week. This is a pro Jamar Chase channel.
Like Index said, the old sandpaper. All right. That's what your friends seem to enjoy. Don't let, normally your friends talk people. Normally friends talk people into like, the newbies, like into bad trades. Like,
don't let them ridicule you for good trades.
Yeah. Hey, so I drafted him in the 1st round. Also, your friend hates Chase. Why'd you draft him in the 1st round?
Yeah, right.
Why'd you do that? Okay, Josh, I'm trying to speed this up, but there's people in the.
I know. I got to record another show in 12 minutes.
You don't need to. You can. You don't have to. Okay, I know there's May, Love, or Daniel Jones. May.
Drake May.
May. We love you too. Thank you. Will Blue ever do anything for the Cowboys running back group? Not as long as Jerry Jones is breathing.
One of the smarter people I know in fantasy football, I'll name drop him. Matthew Betts just dropped Jaden Blue in a dynasty league. The cards are not looking good for Blue. It's our dynasty league, Josh.
Oh,
damn! How did I miss that? Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's not good. Okay. Into the stream of the week, Ryan.
Yeah. No pop in circumstance. Let's get into it. Week 3 streams of the week, all available in about 50% of ESPN leagues. At quarterback, I'm going Sam Darnold. Yes, he has not looked great this season, but he did improve in week 2 through 2 touchdown passes. The Saints have allowed 5 touchdown passes through 2 games, and they just let Mac Jones go for 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think Darnold has a safe floor this week. At tight end, give me the Cleveland Browns rookie, Harold Fannin Jr. I still like David Njoku, but we cannot argue with 14 targets in 2 weeks. Fannon's role is safe, and the Packers can get beaten by tight ends. Laporta scored 14 against them. Zach Ertz dropped 18 on them last week. I like Fannon this week. On defense and special teams, it was a tough call this week. I'm going to take the 49ers. They've been kind of mediocre this week. They were better in week 1 than they were in week 2. They're the defense 11 on the season, but Arizona is not much of the threat. Arizona's had one of the easiest schedules, and they've still allowed 6 sacks and 1 takeaway already. I think those are the kind of numbers we could see from the 49ers this week. Those are your week 3 streams of the week. Full article available tomorrow.
Boom. I will slightly disagree, and we'll put the caveat. The Cardinals do play the 49ers well in San Francisco.
That's fair too. Like I said, it's again,
There's not a lot of options.
I'm going to be honest. Now that we're not on the quick time, I wanted to get that done as quickly as possible. My stream of the week picks have not been great this year. I am finding my footing. Last week, I give you a top 5 in the article. Last week, I hit some really nice ones in my top 5, but my streams of the week have been rough. I'm not one who will ever lie. So.
Can I ask how owned was the Falcons defense?
Oh, very available. They're on the list. Should they have been my stream of the week?
I thought they should be number 1.
Okay.
Against
especially against Bryce Young.
I thought they should be number 1.
They're on the list. I love it. Okay. There you guys go. So my show thinks it should be out Atlanta Falcons. Hopefully I'll remember to talk about that next week. So.
That pass rush looked for real against, and that's the first time I've said that about the Falcons in like 7 years.
Might be your lifetime, honestly.
When Grady Jarrett was 23 was the last time that the Falcons pass rush looked any resemblance of a pass rush. So yeah, no, I like the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll give you guys the quick top 5. It's San Francisco, Indy, Tampa Bay, Washington, and Atlanta. And with Washington maybe being down a quarterback, I would move Atlanta up that list. So.
I don't hate Tampa Bay as well. They obviously have a backup quarterback. I don't hate Tampa Bay. Okay, underdog props real quick. Josh, you have James Cook lower than 15.5 rushing attempts. Cooks has never hit this line against Miami. Interesting. 13 is his career high. He's averaging 17 a game this season through 2 games. This is a Josh Allen game, so don't be fooled. And Ryan, Devon Achane, higher than 39.5 receiving yards. And you can do this by signing up with Underdog. Use the promo code WOFF. Free pick, first time deposit offer up to $1,000 bonus cash. Parlay those together, add a couple more in, and hey, bet $1,000 on it. And if you miss, guess what? You got $1,000 in bonus cash just waiting for you to make another bet. Okay? That's what we call hedging. And that's what we call an addiction.
Chasing our losses.
Yeah. That's what we call hedging and an addiction. All right? We don't fuck around here. Okay? All right. Audience questions. Meep. Okay. Start Coleman, Sutton, Hawkinson, Pollard, or Calvin. Just one in the flex. Keon Coleman or Calvin Ridley?
Yeah. Keon Coleman. Yeah.
Keon Coleman. PPR or standard. Doesn't really matter there. Just making sure. Woods girl. Thanks, Josh, for the AO info earlier in the week.
Josh.
Yeah, that's a Luminor, right?
A
Manor. Sorry, however you say it. Yeah, I tried. I looked in every league to see if he was available. So yeah,
I keep bringing this up just to pour salt in Josh's wound. Josh meant to mention him after week 1, and he did not make the waiver show. Josh texted me 5 minutes after the waiver show saying, "I cannot believe I forgot to bring him up." And then he pops. Josh was on it in week 2, but we could have been a week early on him. So,
Glaze, can we join the league? Like,
nah.
Bijan Aricha, he fell to the 105. Can I play in that league?
Yeah, you're doing great, Glaze.
You're about to have Bijan Robinson and Jamar Chase on your team.
You win. You have two top 2 picks.
You have pick 1 and pick 2. Like, that's insane. Okay. Who would you start in a PPR league at flex? Marvin Harrison, Jordan Mason, Troy Franklin, Ricky Pearsall.
Yuck. I'm probably going to go Jordan Mason of this group. That Cincinnati offense, our defense is still that Cincinnati defense. So maybe Ricky Pearsall.
I would go Jordan Mason. Honestly, all of them I'm fine with having in your lineup this week. I know that's not feasible. Obviously, these are late guys, but Jordan Mason if I'm picking one. Josh.
I mean, honestly, I'm fine with Marvin Harrison. I know he had a down week last week. Literally told you guys that on this show.
I'm also okay with Marvin Harrison. He played well in San Francisco last year. I'm totally fine with that.
I believe he caught a touchdown last year against San Francisco. Yeah, so
that was, I think, his first touchdown. So yes, but Jordan Mason has the better matchup, I think. But that's why I said I'm fine with any of these guys.
Dude, Bengals run defense. Wait, no, it's not Bengals. Sorry,
Yeah,
it is.
Oh, it's
the
Bengals.
Vikings. Yeah, Bengals. Yeah, their run defense has been good this year.
They're giving up a lot of fantasy points to running backs.
They are.
All right.
Yeah, I like Jordan Mason a little more than Marvin Harrison. I think the workload's going to be bigger for him, especially with a backup quarterback. Okay, we're flying, boys. Could you give me advice on my team? 12-man double flex. I think that's just normal.
Super
Baker,
flex, probably.
Chuba, Chase Brown, Amon-Ra, Puka, Marvin Harrison Jr., Ibuka, benches, Rashee Rice. That's awesome. Joe Mixon, drop him. Ricky Pearsall. Did I just feed it all for you guys? You don't need Joe Mixon on your team unless you have an IR spot.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Brother,
right now you have
at
your starting
receiver.
lineup as is. Like
You are stacked
Rice
at
is
receiver.
suspended. Yeah, Rice is suspended. You're not worried about him. Pearsall's not getting in unless there's injuries or bye week.
Yeah,
So.
only thing I'm looking to do is maybe move Pearsall for a running back on this team because you don't need Pearsall. So
Yeah, there's your trade advice there. I have Warren second tight end is Njoku. Should I drop Njoku for Chigoziem Okonkwo or Freiermuth? No,
I wouldn't.
now hold on to Njoku. If he's going to pop, it's going to be this week. You'll know what you need to know about David Njoku this week.
Okay. He says Mixon on the IR spot, so that's perfect. Trade Dak, who's the backup, and Jonathan Taylor for Rashee Rice and Chase Brown. I would not be trading Jonathan Taylor.
No, do not trade Jonathan Taylor.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Yeah, do not trade Jonathan Taylor at all. Drop Mark Andrews for Troy Frank. Yes, just drop Mark Andrews.
For anybody, but it's A. Maynor.
Go get A. Maynor. Yep.
Yes, 100%. Don't want to be soon. We could please look at my most recent question. I'm going.
I thought we had you.
I thought we had all the.
I thought I had it.
Stop starring him to go back to him.
Yeah, my bad. I don't think he will say yes to Ibuka for McBride in London. What would you add or be comfortable with Fannin and Pitts? No, you need McBride for the positional advantage.
No. I think I thought he was saying, can he throw in Fannin or Pitts? And that's absolutely.
Yeah, that's fine. Throw in either of them to get Trey McBride.
Yeah, throw in Fannin with Ibuka and get McBride in London. Absolutely.
Yep. Then you get a 2 for 2. You don't need to drop anybody. So that's perfect. Tyler Warren list is questionable. Should I move Tucker Kraft? Yes, you should have Tucker Kraft there. Anyway.
Tucker Kraft should be starting for you.
Who wins this trade? Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs for Jamar Chase.
Nope.
Jamar Chase side. Yep.
Nico and Gibbs for me.
Really?
Yeah, he's all about the elite running backs.
Elite running backs over elite wide receivers every time.
I would say Jamar Chase in this instance.
Really, Joe? Is that how you draft? That?
Ask me how many teams I have Jahmyr Gibbs on.
Okay, that's fair. So you just don't put him in that category.
Ask me how many teams. Ask me how many
fair.
teams I have Nico Collins on.
Okay.
Ask me how many teams I have Jamar Chase and Josh Jacobs on.
Okay, I did. Oh my God, get us out of here.
Yeah, they keep coming in.
Real quick, I wanted to address one that Index put in about Tampa Bay losing guard Cody Mauch. They've been hit hard with injuries. Losing Mauch for the year, Ledecky going down as well. Wirfs is still not back. They've had to move their starting center, the second-year guy they got last season out of Duke, I believe. He's had to play like this is probably going to be like his third position now.
Yeah, I was going to say the whole right side.
Yeah,
of the
I mean,
center.
It hurts. Don't get me wrong. Kind of feels like that they'll make waves. Like they survived this week against a pretty decent pass rush in Houston. They'll keep things moving. I'm not that worried yet until the brakes really fall.
If Baker were a young quarterback, I'd be more concerned. Baker's going to be fine, and he's going to make that offense move. So,
yep.
Adding wise wizards of fantasy football to my resume. Trade, yes. Oh my God, 1,000,000 times yes. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt for Tet McMillan, 100 times yes.
Do it.
Yeah, sure. Have a nice day. A bang bang. That is, I don't know. Is that from something? Is that a 6-7 thing that I'm missing? I don't really know what's happening. Okay. Did it.
90 minutes. Welcome back to football.
Yeah, we're not mad about it. Thank you for all the questions. We love the interaction.
Yeah.
We do start at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
So just remember that for next time.
And all the Start Sit questions, we have a Start Sit show every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern.
That we do. But please, we will answer every single question we see on every single stream that we're on. I won't be here next week. It'll just be the 2 Jamokes, so I apologize for that. Your boy will be in Houston with the Savannah Bananas. So deuces. Can't really make the show for that one. Sorry, boys. But
We'll survive without you, Joe.
No, you won't. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're on Pull or Puffi, make sure to follow. And I would tell you about all the different shows, but Josh needs to go record something literally right now. But for myself, Josh, Ryan, and Club Fantasy, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Club Fantasy FFL. The URL, clubfantasyffl.com. Always remember, defense wins championships, always wins fantasy football. We will see you